Hey team, Callie here, today to talk to you about Lingsha, the newest abundance character in Honkai Star Rail. She looks pretty cool, has a carbuncle slash rabbit slash I don't know what it is, but it's adorable. We're going to talk about her today, what I think about her, and should you pull her for your account. So let's get right into this. Take a look. That's not the button I meant to click, this button. Yes. Go take a look at her here. See what she does. First thing I want to look at is her traces, because there's some pretty major traces that we need to take a look at. Not that one as much. This one is huge, and it's a big reason why you just spend certain amounts of effort building this character. If you have 200% break effect in combat, now remember, you can get buffs with Stealth, Harmony MC. May also gives 20% break effect. So, in combat, if you have a 200% break effect, you get 50% attack bonus and 20% outgoing healing. Huge. So you really want to try to get 200% break effect while in combat, if at all possible. With this character, you'll get the largest benefit from doing that. So, starting there, step one. Step two, this is a big one, because you have a rabbit, right? We all know about the rabbit. We've seen the rabbit. It's cute. The way it works is it's on the field. It's got 90 speed. It's pretty slow, but it will take action when an ally gets less than 60% health. Then the follow-up attack happens, which means it does healing, it does cleansing, it does damage. It does all the things that are listed here on the screen. So heals, spells, debuffs, it's good stuff. So it's kind of a fail-safe protection. If someone on your team is about to die, it could do this. Well, not even about to die. Drop below 60%. It's also really effective. And you'll note here, not the skill. Well, I don't think it's listed here. But this makes it to where the basic attack generates 10 energy. Now, I think that makes it the exact same amount of energy that you would otherwise have from using the skill. If not, it's pretty similar. So, skilling is important for many reasons, but it's not quite mandatory. It is the same. I checked. So you get 30 from skill or 30 from basic. You get 30 no matter what. But her skill does something else besides doing damage and healing the party. It advances the rabbit by 20%, which is good, because the rabbit's going to dispel, it's going to do damage, it does all the rabbit things. Now the ultimate, though, is a really big deal. It inflicts a debuff on enemies that make them take 15% increased break damage. You're like, well, that seems kind of similar to what Gallagher puts on. You'd be right. It also does damage, but it action advances the rabbit forward 100%, so you want to time your ultimate to where the rabbit's not going to act right away, so you can get, like, have it resetted. That way, if it's about to take a turn, you don't, like, waste it. Let's jump right in, I'll show you what I mean. It's easier to show you than to try to explain it. Am I going to get her, you may be asking? No. No, I am not. I am skipping her. So I'm waiting for Akron E2 and some other upcoming characters. So her technique puts on this Wisp of Aurora thing. I didn't read that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it summons her rabbit, so you always want to use this, because the rabbit has a counter. Stacks up to 5, and when it's at 0, the rabbit's gone. So you always want to make sure to at least be skilling often enough to increase your stacks, okay? And that B-Fog is her ultimate damage state thing. So we're gonna go fight this enemy. Obviously just reapplies that, nothing fancy. Okay, she fires a laser, fire. You all saw her in the recent gameplay thing. Does some damage, advances, heals, increases break damage taken, heals, follow-up attack, heals. You're never gonna have HP problems. Like, if you have Gallagher E6, the benefit of having her is that she just heals more, she's gonna debuff cleanse more, and her damage is going to be higher. So, if you have Gallagher E6, you know the problems he has with healing and cleansing at times. She's very comfy, and she's very effective. So, but she's a direct upgrade to him. So let's take a look how things work. Her AoE hits obviously everything. Single target is 1. Notice her rabbit down here has 3 stacks. We got 3. This can increase the stacks for up to 5. The rabbit did get advanced up some. And we'll use stealth thing here. Let's see what actual stats they gave us in combat on the trial. Once we get a turn. So you see the rabbit did action. We got the rabbit doing rabbit things. Okay. So we're up to 306. Yeah, it's a little overkill. But they gave you her light cones. You may be saying, Callie, what about her light cone? Is it good? It is. Do you need it? No. There's much better light cones. Like, you just get the Gallagher picture one. What's it called? What is Real? From MLC? Just get that one. That's good. Quid Pro Quo is also exceptional. 16 energy. That's great. If you have Ho-Ho's light cone, you could use that. Post-Op's also decent. But What is Real is also pretty good. So, I mean, this is good. Do you need it? No. Would I recommend pulling for this over other things? No. We talked about that in a previous video, I think. Did I? I don't remember. Anyway. Let's do our normal things here. Let's actually put on her ultimate, which I shouldn't have clicked because the rabbit was already kind of up there. But you can see what it does. It does that, and then the rabbit, so we got a break. And the rabbit's the very next turn. And there's the rabbit doing attack again. Very effective. Very mindful.
Its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
So yeah, she's very effective. You could see if we used it again, which was going to reduce the toughness of all the enemies, which is good. But you're gonna know if you use her on a team, she's gonna use SP. Like, you're probably gonna skill like every other turn with her.
Something for you.
You could probably get by doing it every 3 turns, but you're going to notice a difference in how fast the rabbit attacks, how much healing you have, etc., and how much you're breaking enemies when you're not using the rabbit AoE attack. But like here, it's just 1. We have the ultimate backup. Like, she is good. Well, let's go talk a little bit more about her in general. Yeah? So I would recommend doing a 1 skill and then a not skill. So do a basic and skill, just kind of rotate depending on what the weaknesses of the enemies are, because you want to get them broken. She is a break unit. You want to use her on the break team. Her best team is E1 Firefly, and if you have Firefly, you don't have E1, you need to get E1 Firefly. Stell, Ron May, and her. She's going to help the team break. Very effective at doing that. Very good against fire enemies. But with this, sure, you could do less skills. It's going to do a lot less fire damage, and she does a shitload of damage when you are breaking enemies. So don't discount her. She's going to do more damage than Gallagher. And Gallagher already hits like a truck, so keep that in mind. Is there anything else important to note here? Not particularly. The Befog state's good. You want to keep that up as much as possible. So you really want to make sure her ultimate is going, and that's 2 of the enemy turns, not 2 of your turns. So we talked about the 200% break effect. What else do we need to talk about? Her gear. Can't really talk about that easily. But gear, I would recommend probably doing the 2-piece hacker space with a 2-piece of any of the break sets. That's very likely what I would say is probably the best way to go. She's gonna heal a lot, a ton, So you could use an outgoing healing chest. Given the amount of healing that she has, because her ult, her skill, and the rabbit attack all heal the team, you could probably get by with an attack chest to get more damage out of her instead of the outgoing healing, but you can play it by ear and try it to see what you think. Attack chest or healing chest would be the way to go. Speed boots, of course. Break percent and attack a shitload. Use ER rope. You want her ultimate to be up as much as possible because it advances the rabbit. The rabbit's going to deal damage. Rabbit's going to cleanse. You want an ER rope on her like always. So what sets? Yeah. We like sets. Besides Hackerspace and something else, you could do 4-piece Thief. Just go look at Gallagher. That would be a good way. Okay. 4-piece Thief set is really good for her, and the same way it's good for Gallagher. Increase the break effect 32%, and then regenerate 3 energy. It's good. It's just good. Other option is obviously Hackerspace with that. Looking at the planar orbments, her best is the Forge set. You pretty much want to make sure she's in a team with fire weakness. Obviously Firefly can implant fire, but fire weakness is a big deal, so I would recommend that. This is her probably best one, along with the 4-piece Thief or the 2-piece Messenger or 2-piece something else. That's what I'd recommend. If you're like, well, Callie, I don't want to run her with Firefly, I want to run her with somebody else. Okay, maybe Rappa. You want to use the upcoming Rappa? Yeah, okay, well, you could. And you could just do like all the imaginary stuff. And then you could want to use the Talia set instead. That's all. This is good though. I would recommend this set over the other one. You're going to maintain that break effect, and you're not going to have the huge speed break points that you would otherwise. For Talia. If it's not Talia and it's not that, I guess you could use Broken Keel. The problem is that most of the break teams don't care about crit damage, so keep that in mind. Now, the real question is, should you pull her for your account? Right, because that's the real question here. If you like her, pull her. If you don't like her, don't pull her. It's a novel concept, I know, but she's not a massive upgrade over E6 Gallagher. Sure, she's a better healer. Sure, she's gonna cleanse better. But if you have E6 Gallagher, hell, if you have 2 5-star sustains at all, you don't need her on your account. Like, I have Aventurine, I have Fuyuan, I have Woho. I don't need her. I like her rabbits, I do a lot, but I don't have a spot on my teams for her, and those pulls would be better spent elsewhere. So for your account, if you don't have a limited 5-star healer, this is a great one to get. You could throw her on pretty much any team. She's gonna be very effective. She's gonna keep your team alive. Probably has some of the highest throughput healing of any of the characters that are available. So I would recommend her highly. If you do not have a 5-star healer, great choice. Pick her up. Other people might want to consider Firefly Havers. Pick her. Worth. Just use her with Firefly. E1. You want to have Firefly E1. Other potential teams is follow-up, because her rabbit does act as follow-up. Okay? So with that, you're going to be using like Face Shao and Topaz, March 7th. Things like that. Otherwise, she's not really better than Ho-Ho and the Dot team. She's decent with Acheron. Her ultimate applies 1 debuff. So she's decent with Acheron. Fuyuan and Aventurine are better. But she's also good. So that's my recommendations. Should you pull the Lycone? Again, no. I don't think you should. It's decent, but 60% break effect is a lot, because it gets really close to 200% with just this alone. Ultimate, you get an extra 10% damage taken, and then an extra 8% of their break effects 150 or higher, so 18% extra damage taken is nice. It's going to increase some damage that your team does. Is it better than the other limited light cones that you can get for healing? No, I think Woho's is probably better. But this is decent. So that's my recommendation. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. I hope this was valuable for you. My thoughts on the character. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments below if you have other teams that you think she should be used in. If you think, Callie, you're just completely wrong, you should use her this way, let me know. I would love to see in the comments. I always reply to every comment that I get. So please let me know what you think down below, and we will talk next time.